up, y'all? You rocking with Moochie, and this is Moochilla's review. So hit the hammer, because you came through. And if you're finding my channel for the first time, please like, share, and subscribe. And hey, y'all, it's Moochie back with a video, and I'm talking about Snowfall, Season 5, Episode 3. The name of the episode is Revolutions. Guess who's back? Sissy Saint is back. Mama Saint is home. We're going to find out a little bit of what's been going on since she's been gone. And we're going to see how everybody's reaction is to her being back and what's going to happen. I'm going to do a recap of this episode, make some possible predictions. So let's get into it. And
Mama.
How are you? Oh my God. It's not your mom.
I told her she was coming.
Wow.
Mrs. Saint.
Veronique. I came as soon as I heard.
You heard what?
You haven't told him.
I'm pregnant.
What?
What? Yeah.
so Sissy Saint, Mama Saint, is back, and she comes into her house and she sees that it's lived in, and she also has a flashback of the day that her, Alton, and Franklin moved into their house. It was just so much hopes for them when they moved in. So Jerome and the crew is packing up the dope in the cars, and it looks like they're getting ready to do some kind of transporting thing. But I'm looking at this warehouse. Look at how the coke is just out in the open. I got a problem with this. They hear a song that one of the guys is playing from a tape that he got from the hood. And I call this dude that's rapping the Hood Reporter. And he's talking about everything that Franklin and their crew has done. And it even mentions about how Manboy was murdered, how Khadijah was murdered, how Tiana was murdered. And they take a walk back to the hood to go confront this hood rapper news reporter. They go and confront him, and he's very eccentric. He's on the roof, and they make him come down, and they talk to him. They want to know how many tapes that he done gave out, because he's thinking that they want the tapes to play for themselves. But they want all the evidence. So they want everything, because it's like he just telling everything that they did. This could get in the wrong hands and go sideways with them. So Jerome takes all the tapes from this kid, but then they find out this is all off the dome that this kid, he doesn't write any of his rhymes down, so he wanted to keep some of them. But they don't let him keep anything. They take everything, and they was like, if anything gets out, being that all the rhymes is in his head, basically he could get a headshot for it. So just as they're in the hood, Buckley comes and rounds everybody up, and he shakes them down. I don't know if he took any money from them, but he basically ran up on them. The smart kid, Einstein, he gets attacked really bad by the dog. They don't rough up Jerome and Leon, but Jerome is pissed off that this is going down because he sees that Buckley is with these cops that ran down on them. So Franklin is back at his house with Veronique, and they're having food takeout. And he tells how she used to cook for him and how she doesn't cook anymore once she moved in. And she used to cook, make him lunch, and basically take care of him. So she basically did everything she wanted to get in. And now that she's in, she's acting brand new. And he gets a call, and why his phone look like the bat phone, y'all? He gets a call on his phone, and he finds out that they basically raided the projects. So he's leaving and she wants to go with him. I think this is a bad idea. I still don't trust this woman. And she's going with him. So Peaches, Diamond, and Dallas are playing dominoes and Franklin comes in. That's supposed to be his security. He came in there with no problem. And even Peaches know he messed up with this move. So Franklin comes in and Leon is pissed. He's telling him how the police ran down on him and letting them know that it was Buckley that did it. So Franklin asked Louie, like, isn't this your guy? He's supposed to be looking out for you or giving you a heads up. And she was like, well, maybe he went there because they must have got wind of going there. So he probably went there so it didn't get out of hand. And then that's when Leon just lets them know that Einstein got attacked by the dog and he's in the hospital. And another dude got beat up. Leon compared the two how the police used to attack black people with dogs and water hoses. Then we see how Veronique is observing everything. And this is just kind of pissing me off with how close he's letting her get. And he's trying to basically diffuse the situation. But Leon is letting Franklin know, like, if the cops is attacking me, I'm going to attack them back. And Louie's like, look, we're drug dealers. That's part of the game. You can't go around attacking them because they already know if he attacked these police, it's going to get much worse than what it already is. And he's ready. Leon is really ready to retaliate against them. So just as everything was getting heated up, Sissy comes and Franklin sees his mother and turns into a little boy right then. And he misses his mom. She misses him. And now they know why she came back. She returned because of Veronique. And Veronique is having a baby. And the reaction... Well, we already knew Leon knew. But Louie's reaction... She's like, something's fishy. She's like... something don't seem right with this, but she's like, what? My question is, do you think Louie sees through Veronique? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. So Louie meets with Buckley. Buckley knows that she's not happy, and she wants to know if she could really trust him. And he's just like, just because you gave me coke and this girl doesn't mean I'm supposed to do anything you want. And he wants to make sure Louie brings him a legitimate bus. So as long as she does that, everything will be all right between the two of them. But my question is, can she really trust Buckley? Can Louie really trust Buckley? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. The way Buckley was getting high in that last episode, can we really trust this cop? Because he's not all there to me at times. And I think the department is putting pressure on him. So I hope this little friendship or partnership between Louie and Buckley works out. Franklin meets with Teddy. Franklin lets Teddy know about how the PJs got raided by the crash unit and how LAPD is cracking down on his people. And he wants him to try to intervene to help this situation so they can lay off him. And he tells him, well, what do you expect? You're selling rock cocaine. Franklin asked Teddy, he was like, don't you have connections in the inside in the police department where you can help people? He was like, I used to before your father went to the press. So now people don't even want to talk to me anymore. And I believe that's true. Then Teddy tells Franklin, well, are they coming after you? And Franklin tells him they're not coming after me. So he says, my suggestion is don't worry about it. But to me, when Teddy said this, Franklin sees this whole situation in a different light now. So he looks like he's gonna make plans. The reason why I say this is because when Teddy said to Franklin, if it was a white area, the National Guard would be sent down there if stuff like this was happening. And so this made Franklin look at the whole situation in a different light. I believe Franklin is realizing that Teddy doesn't give a damn about South Central LA and what happens to it. So Avi gets a visit from Leon. Leon wants to buy special firepower, not just regular guns. He wants to get launch rockets, bazookas, all sorts of crazy stuff. He wants some military stuff because he's ready to have a revolution against the police for the way they attacked him. So Leon wants to get all this firepower to go back at the crash unit. And Avi tells him, he's been through quite a few uprisings. Avi tells him this might not end how you want it to end. And Leon tells Avi, if I gotta take out one of those cops, I'll be satisfied with just taking one of them if I go too. And his guy hears all of this. Avi says to Leon, if you think they attacked you like this, what do you think they're gonna do if you kill one of their own? So I'm not trusting that. But Avi tells him, I'll get this stuff. It's going to take a couple of days because this is a special order. So Wanda comes to Franklin's office and she tells Veronique and Franklin about how she had to go buy a snake with some of the rent money that she picked up to fix one of the tenants' toilets. And they're all right with this, but I still don't think this is a good idea that they got her collecting money. It's all right that she do the maintenance, but I believe that she shouldn't be handling the money. And it looks like Veronique and Wanda know each other. I don't know. Did y'all peep that? My question is, do Wanda and Veronique know each other? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So while all this is happening, Franklin's mother comes in and she finds out that it's been Wanda that's been staying at her house, but she doesn't have a problem with it. And Franklin and Veronique basically sit down with Sissy to tell them the ins and outs of the company. And she seems like she's very proud of the job that Franklin has been doing with their business. Jerome tells Louis that they want to go out to dinner that Franklin is having to celebrate Sissy returning. And she doesn't want to go at first because her and Franklin are at odds with each other. But Jerome tells her how much it means to him that she would come. And he knows that she has been stressed out with everything that has happened. So at first she doesn't want to go at all, but he convinces her and she's going to go. So that makes him happy. Jerome also tells Louis that he doesn't like to be in the middle of her and Franklin's feud. Franklin goes to meet with Leon. Leon is still upset about the raid that happened and how they were treated. But Franklin wants him to come to the dinner tonight to celebrate Miss Sissy returning. But Leon's not up to doing this. He feels like he needs to be here with his people because things is still hot and he wants to be here in case the police come back to attack his crew again. So he's not really interested in going out to dinner celebrating while his own people, he says, are suffering. So right now we're seeing a division with Franklin and Leon as far as their friendship. I see them just drifting apart because they're going in different directions right now. So they have the dinner celebrating and it's Jerome, Louis, Franklin, Veronique and Miss Sissy, and they're celebrating how Miss Sissy is home and they are so happy that she's here. So Jerome orders a round of mojitos for the table and Louie's here, but she's kind of sulking and she's being here to satisfy Jerome. Now y'all know I was peeping to see if this boy Veronique was going to have a mojito, but she just got water for now. So now that everybody knows about the baby, Sissy wants to know if Franklin and Veronique are going to get married, but they just moved in together, and that's where they are with that right now. And she's all right. Veronique is all right with just moving in with him. So something about this whole thing don't seem right to me, and I'm not feeling it. And neither is Louie. She's not feeling it, but she is putting on a smile with everything. But then they get on the subject about Alton. She asked about Alton and she says she doesn't know anything yet. And Franklin really doesn't want to talk about this. He doesn't want to talk about it. He feels like it needs to be brought up at another time. But Sissy lets them know she doesn't know anything, but she does feel that Teddy had a hand in killing Alton. So this is the first time we're hearing that Sissy thinks that Alton is dead. Sissy is also looking at the tension that is between Louis and Franklin, and she wants to know what's going on with this. Jerome is still trying to keep the peace between the both of them, but what comes up is Louis like, so are you going to tell her? So now he doesn't want to tell her Franklin, but let her know that Teddy is back in town. So Mama Saint wants to know everything, and Veronique is about to tell her everything about the business. And she says, like, no, not that business. I want to know about the drug business. I want to know everything. And he was like, well, what do you want to know? Franklin being a wise guy. And she wants to know everything because she doesn't want to be left in the dark this time. She says, I lost my husband because of this business, so I need to know everything at this point. The question is Franklin going to tell her everything? Mama Saint is making her rounds. She even goes to check on Leon. And when she gets in that apartment, she sees how tore up it is, how they broke everything up, and how Leon is really, he's in war mode. He's ready to get at the crash unit. And she doesn't like the idea of this. And she tells him it's a better way to fight. So Jerome has all of the Hood rapper reporter tapes, and he's listening to them. I believe that the rapper's lyrics is messing with Jerome's conscience. He the uncle with the nephew got eyes but don't see. So this lyric really messed with him. I think that Jerome is going to try to get into the music business with this kid Maurice, or do you think he's going to dead him? So my question is, will Jerome kill the Hood rapper Maurice? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So Veronique confronts Franklin about how she asked him before about keeping the family safe now that they're having a baby. And she wants to know more about Teddy. She feels like Teddy is going to be a problem. She's not knowing the full story of how dangerous Teddy really is. And she wants to know everything. Then she lets him know how she was snooping around in the house and she found the gun. So if we're this safe, why do we have this in the house? That's what she says to him. And he lets her know, this is a safe building. I picked the building because of the security. But, he's a drug dealer at the end of the day. He has to have a gun in the house. I'm just saying. But how she know how to lock and load this gun? Franklin explains everything about Teddy and how he feels if he keeps the money rolling in, then it won't be a problem with him and Teddy. So she does feel like the apartment is safe, but she feels like 2 strippers and an old vet is not the safe route to go, and she wants to provide better security for Franklin. Guys, are y'all trusting this? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. So Franklin is going to listen to her, and he's going to pump up his security. Franklin did ask Veronique how she knew how to do that with the gun. I was glad he did that. Veronique tells Franklin that she learned that from protecting her mom, and she really wants to have nothing to do with her mother, and if she tries to come back into her life, she wants to go to Africa. She wants her and Franklin and the baby to go to Africa. So I'm trying to figure out this woman. So Sissy has a meeting with this guy named Ruben at a diner. Sissy is introduced to Ruben through a person by the name of Anna and apologize for everything that Sissy and her family has been through. Sissy lets Ruben know that she has established contact with her family, and she confirmed that Teddy is back, and she wants to devise a plan to keep her family safe, find out what happened to Alton, and she wants Teddy dead. So now we're going to see how this plays out, y'all. We're going to see how this plays out. If Franklin's going to be safe, and will they kill Teddy, and we're going to find out what happened to Alton. So that was my review of episode 4, Revolution. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the hammer, let me know you stopped by. Please answer questions in the comments and leave your little theories or predictions if you have any. Later. Ew.